Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to tell you about the cluster analysis and what are the concept and algorithm of clustering. So let's start with this PPT. This is our topic, clustering analysis and basic concept and methods. So in this video we will cover entire headings. First heading is cluster analysis. This is the basic concept, and the second is partitioning methods, hierarchical methods, density based methods, grid based methods, and evaluation of clustering. And last, we will just summarize all the tasks during this slide. So first point is what is cluster analysis. So first we will talk about cluster, and then we will discuss about the clustering. That is our cluster analysis. So when we are talking about cluster basically it is a collection of data object, or we can say it is a group of objects that related to some similar classes. So in other words, similar objects are grouped into a single cluster, and dissimilar objects are grouped into another cluster. So we can say there is a collection of similar or dissimilar of the objects in different same groups or in any different kinds of groups. So this is the actual concept of clusters. Apart from the cluster, we are talking about the cluster analysis, or it can be our clustering, or that is a data segmentation part. So this is the finding similarities between data according to the characteristics found in the data and grouping similar data objects into any clusters. So cluster basically similar collections of data object. It can be similar or dissimilar. And clustering analysis, that is there is a technique to segment the data. So clustering basically it is the process of making a group of abstract objects into a class of similar objects. So there are some certain points that comes under the clustering. That is a cluster of data objects can be treated as a single group. And the second is, while doing cluster analysis, we first partition the set of data into a groups based on data similarities, and then assign the label to the another group. And the main advantage of clustering, that is over classification, is that it is adaptable to changes and help single out useful features that differentiate between the groups. So this is the main difference, main advantage of clustering. And we are talking about unsupervised learning, that is no predefined classes, that is a learning by observation versus learning by example, that is our supervised learning. So we can easily compare between two learnings, supervised and unsupervised learning comes under the machine learning. So there are similar applications, typical applications as a standalone tools to get insight into the data distribution, and as a pre-processing step for another algorithm. So this is the representation of clustering analysis, finding groups of objects such that the object in a group will be similar, or it can be related to one group or different from some unrelated groups. That is the object in different groups. So as you can see the part of clustering, so we can say there are three different groups. Apart from that, we are just we are dividing the groups into the different segments. We can say this is the actual process of segmentation. This is the intra-cluster distance are minimized, and then inter-cluster distance are maximized. So we can say, so this is the intra-clustering, and this is the another intra-clustering. So intra-clustering will be exist in the same groups, and inter-cluster will be defined with the different groups. So this is the part of a data set with clear cluster structure. We can say this is the clustering groups, but we cannot examine all the clusters as you can see the structure, how would you design an algorithm for finding the 3 clusters in this case. So I'm just representing you the cluster with the 3 segmentations. So notions of the cluster can be ambiguous. How many clusters? So we can examine the how many clusters. So there are it can be 6 clusters according to this architecture. If I am applying the architecture, if I am applying the basically features and colors according to the groupings, so we can say there are 2 clusters in this section, and then 6 clusters will be there in next diagram. As we can see, there are 3 different clusters and 4 clusters according to their shapes. So shape will be changed according to the clustering. So this is the representation of clustering. So we can examine, we can analyze all the clusters into the according to their shapes and different colors. So clustering for data understanding and applications. So there are some applications, that is biology, taxonomy of living things, information retrieval, we can say that is the documentation clustering. Land use, we can identify particular area of similar land use in any earth observation database. In marketing, clustering can be used in terms of marketing. City planning, earthquake, if we are measuring the center point in terms of earthquake studies, observe earthquake epicenter should be clustered along content faults. Climate and economy are also one in the clustering sections. So clustering analysis is broadly used in different applications such as market research, pattern recognition, data analysis and image processing, and it helps marketers discover the distinguished groups in their customer base, and they can categorize their customers group based on the purchasing patterns. And then the clustering also helps in identification of areas of similar land use in earth observation database. So it also helps in the identification of groups of houses in a city according to house type, values and geographic locations. So I'm just talking about the documentation clustering. So clustering also helps in classifying documents on the web for information retrieval, or it can be information discovery. So these are the another applications of clustering. Sometimes many company has been used there according to their usage. So this is the industry group: technology 1 down, technology 2 down, financial down and oil up. So there are different clusters already used in different companies. Understanding groups related documents for browsing group genesis and proteins that have similar functionality or group stock with similar price fluctuations. So clustering, that is the clustering part in Australian region. You can see the summarization part. So another applications of clustering in information retrieval. If we are talking about the information retrieval, so whole corpus analysis, that is the navigation part. We can say information retrieval will be done through the navigation section. Better user interface, search without typing. The user can find the data according to their need. Second, for improving recall in search application. Third, for better navigation of search result, that is it will be effectively for all the users recall, so they are looking for some original data. And after that, for speeding up vector space retrieval, that is the cluster based retrieval gives faster search. So information retrieval gives the better result if we are just applying with the clustering section. So clustering as a pre-processing tool, we can say in terms of summarization, compression, finding k nearest neighbors, we can say the k means algorithm comes under the clustering part, and outlier detection. So there are 4 main pre-processing tools as a clustering we can use. So we can use clustering as a summarization, clustering as a compression, clustering we can finding the centroid value we can find through the k nearest neighbors, and last one is the outlier detection. We can view all the areas that are observed as a far areas from any type of cluster. So what is not cluster analysis? These are the examples of cluster analysis, but we can say these are not actually cluster analysis. That is, the supervised classification have class level information. Simple segmentation is not a cluster analysis. Result on query, if we are applying any query to the database, we cannot say that this is the actual cluster. So grouping are a result of an external specification. And lastly, graph partitioning is not a cluster analysis. Some mutual relevance and synergy, but areas are not identical. Quality, these are the quality of good clustering. A good clustering method will produce high quality clusters in terms of high intra-class and low inter-class similarities between the clusters. The quality of a cluster method depends on the similarity measures. It basically, good cluster will measure the actually difference between two objects, and the implementation with the ability to discover some or all of the hidden patterns. So these are the measures and quality of clusters. Dissimilarity and similarity matrix. Similarity is expressed in terms of distance function, typically metric, and which should be associated with different variables based on application and data semantics. And quality of clustering in terms of separations, in terms of similar enough or good enough. So we can say that the answer is typically highly subjective. So considerations of cluster analysis, we can consider all these approaches, like partitioning criteria. We can consider separations of cluster. We can separate all the data objects according to the one customer belong to only one region, and apart from one document maybe belong to one or more than classes. So it can be more than one classes. So similarities we can measure. We can consider the clustering analysis in terms of the similarities, that is the distance based, equivalent, road networks and vectors, and the connectivity, that is based on the density. And the last one is clustering based space, so that is the full space versus subspace. So we can consider clustering analysis into these sections. What are the requirements and challenges of clustering? That is the scalability, ability to deal with different types of attributes. And constraint based clustering, users may give input on constraints, use domain knowledge to determine input parameters. And another challenges are discovery of clusters are with arbitrary shape and ability to deal with noisy data, incremental clustering and insensitive to input order, and last is high dimensionalities. These are the requirements and challenges of clustering. So there are four approaches comes under the clustering: partitioning approach, hierarchical approach. We can say these are the methods of clustering. We can segment, we can classify the data according to these methods. And the third one is density based approach, and last is grid based approach. And we can analyze the data through partitioning method. We can construct different partitions, then evaluate them by some criteria. For example, that is we are just minimizing the data into the square error, and k-means algorithm, k-medoids and Clarence. These are the examples of partitioning approach. As you can see, all the approaches of clustering. This is the method of partitioning method. We can segment all the data into the areas according to the areas. These are the original points, and after applying the partitional clustering, we can say this is the actual representation of partitional clustering. And then hierarchical clustering, this is the traditional hierarchical clustering. After that, traditional datograms, that is hierarchical with the P1, P2, P3, P4. You can see the representation of hierarchical clustering. And Yahoo hierarchy is not clustering, but is the kind of output you want from clustering. You can examine the information retrieval. So this is the center point, and then the data will be divided into, if user are looking for some data, we can say the user just type science, then the science data will be divided into agriculture, biology, physics, CS and space, and then the multiple data will be divided into the subsections: dairy, forestry, crops, agronomies, and then you can see the representation. So basically Yahoo doesn't follow the actual clustering concept, but they are looking for some patterns like clusterings. So this is the Google News. As you can see, automatic clustering gives an effective news presentation metaphor. So you just user just looking for some data, so just type any kind of keyword, so the keyword will be divided into some metadata. So these are the clustering 4 to 5 clustering methods we already discussed in this slide. I discuss only 2 methods, partitioning and hierarchical. In next video I will tell you about some density, grid based and model based method. So thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, you can share it. So thanks for watching.